don't know, what is that? What is it? What the hell is that? It's a dead paw. It's just like it's reaching out for help.
I reckon that'll be off a possum.
You think it's a possum paw? Trail of them! There's a trail of them!
I reckon
Horrible!
I reckon they've cut him off.
Look at that spooky dead paw. What kind of a place is this?
I'm Lucy Cook, and I love freaks.
I am immune to cute.
I do whatever it takes to seek out the world's strangest creatures in the wildest places. I'm on a mission to show you why nature's oddballs are truly the most amazing animals on Earth.
It's so bizarre. Last night I said we were in a rough part of town. He just said, oh, it's Brighton.
I came to Tasmania looking for some of the weirdest animals on Earth. But a freaky marsupial crime scene isn't exactly what I was expecting.
Tasmania is a country of freaks. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, because I love freaks. Woo!
From snarling devils with an insatiable appetite for flesh to an ancient mammal whose sex life is truly bizarre. Australia has been a refuge for odd animals for millions of years. I want to figure out how far back in time this weirdness goes and see how strange it gets.
So, I'm at the Bonnarong Wildlife Centre and I'm going to meet a guy called Greg Irons. I've brought him my mystery paws, and I'm hoping he's going to be able to tell me, at the very least, what species of animal it is and how it died.
Hello.
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 Hi,
How
are you
going?
Greg?
Greg, yeah,
Hello,
nice to
God,
meet you.
you're not
How
at
are
all
you?
how I imagined you.
No, not at all. What did you
were-
imagine? It's part devil, two heads.
No, I thought you'd be much older.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Greg and his team take in orphaned and injured creatures of all sizes. Even the cute ones.
So this morning, in the car park where we're staying in the motel, I found these. First of all, tell me what it is and how it died.
That would be part of a little paddy melon.
That's a paddy melon. It's a paddy melon.
What the heck is a paddy melon?
Let's see.
It turns out hopping marsupials come in a range of sizes. The most well-known are the big kangaroos. Some medium-sized ones are called wallabies, and smaller still is the paddy melon.
Do you know, I'm wondering, Greg, if it's a little bit too big for this animal. This is a mystery. I'm like Miss Marple. What animal is it and what killed it?
Australian marsupials have been isolated from the rest of the world for over 20 million years. There are now more than 200 species. That's a lot of bloody paws to look at.
Hello, Mr. Potteroo. So this is a Potteroo.
This is indeed a potteroo, a long-nosed potteroo.
The hands are much too big for him. What animal is it and what killed it?
I reckon it was the Colonel in the library with the candlestick.
Oh no, it's not food, sweetheart. It's one of your colleagues. Yeah.
I usually look at the whole animal.
It's a bit like Cinderella and the Slipper, this one.
They smell nice though.
Look at you, mister. These hands, colour's good, but the hands are much too small for the wombat. The thing that I really love about wombats is that they've got a reinforced bottom.
Do you want to feel a wombat's bum?
I'd love to feel
There
a
you
wombat's
go.
bum. Oh my God! That is extraordinary, isn't it? It's just totally, if you could feel this, it's completely reinforced. It's like it's made of bone.
Good weapon as well when he needs it to be. Absolutely.
What kind of a weapon?
It's a bashing weapon. He likes to hand out a bum bashing if required, this boy. So if something's being really persistent, dog or a dingo squeezes between him and the top of the burrow and he'll start slamming with full force and actually can crush the skull of a dog or a dingo and kill it with a single hit.
With his arse.
That's right.
That's amazing. Bye, Morris. Sorry about the butt slapping. This is suspect number one as owner of the hands. Let's have a look here. The hand. I think you're right. Oh, that's that mystery solved. The paw belongs to the Bennett's wallaby.
Marsupials have some amazingly unique features.
Hello, Mel, it's Greg here.
But Greg gets a call that promises to show me what they all have in common.
What's that?
This is a baby wallaby. Someone's found a dead mother and the joey in the pouch. Now they've got it all wrapped up and they're waiting for help.
So what do we need to get?
We need to get a fake pouch. There's your rescue
Great,
gear.
okay,
Away we
rescue
go.
gear. Okay. What's your sort of biggest concern at this stage?
Look, the main thing for us is we don't know when the mother wallaby was actually hurt. I mean, we're looking at the middle of the day now, so it can be a real catch-22. So look, for the sake of the mother and the baby, we hope it was, you know, earlier this morning rather than very late last night. And I'm Greg, how you going? Lovely to meet you, mate. And this is Lucy.
I'm Lucy, I'm a trainee.
Trainee.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm learning how to save baby wallabies and things.
Apparently,
Right, okay.
the family
So this is
dog
the
killed the
animal.
mum sometime in the night.
Oh. So this is really interesting for me because I have never seen a marsupial's pouch before, and this is the thing that makes Australian mammals special, is that they incubate their babies in a pouch.
Now it's up to us to provide a pouch for the little Joey.
Get your pillowcase ready, because that's what he's going to go into first. Yep, so we've got a little...
Oh, it's tiny. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little thing. It's like it shouldn't be outside. Okay, right, so he goes inside?
As
or
close as you can get.
as
that's
close as I
right.
can get, okay. Right. Well done, sir. Congratulations for doing the right thing. Look, you've saved a little baby's life. And you've made me feel very strange indeed. Yeah, not exactly clucky, but you know, I feel very peculiar.
The surreal circle of life continues when John's neighbour stops by to pick up the dead mother.
You're the recycler, are you?
I am.
You'll eat the tail? Really? You're kidding me. Wallaby tail.
No, he eats a lot.
Okay.
Wrap it up in foil, cook it on the fire. Beautiful.
Not what I expected.
I hope you don't think that's what all Tasmanians are like. It's not a good introduction. Not a good
He is
introduction.
only the third Tasmanian I've met.
Fantastic.
So I am under the impression now out of 1 in 3 Tasmanians will eat roadkill, you know, with glee.
I've got high hopes for the 4th Tasmanian on my list. He's going to help me find an oddball that found refuge on this island. This marsupial has been extinct on the mainland for hundreds of years, but it survived here. I'm heading to a forest in the heart of the island to find a Tasmanian devil. Nick Mooney has spent 35 years trapping and studying this famous creature, and he's in no mood for proper introductions. That's probably because we hit a traffic jam on the way.
That one's eyeballing me. You eyeballing me? Stop looking at me. Just get on with your business.
And we're 3 hours late.
Yeah, he looks really pissed off now. Oh my God, he looks absolutely, he's got a face like thunder. I can only try and charm him. Try my hardest to win him over.
This is Walter.
Hello, Walter. Hi. I'm Lucy. Nice to meet you. Hello there. Hello, Nick. Nice to meet you.
Nick promises me if we put these traps out for 3 days, we'll nab a devil. If we can get them set before dark.
Give me the string.
Take
I'm
over
gonna
from
help.
my highly trained assistant.
I'm going to be your highly trained assistant. Like that. Is that a slip knot?
No, but you've done it the wrong way
I've done
around.
it the wrong way around. It's good there, like that.
Did you write 2 on the last one?
I didn't write 2 on the last one. I'm hoping that you're going to give me a second chance.
Devils travel this road at night to look for food. So we're setting 20 traps. Well, Nick is really.
I'll get it. I'll get it, Nick.
No, you won't.
All right, okay. I'll tell you something peculiar. I woke up this morning and there were a couple of severed hands on my doorstep.
Where's that?
It was at the Brighton Motel.
That's what you'd expect out there.
That's what everybody's saying.
The sun is down. Soon the devils should come out to play. Hopefully in the morning, I'll get to see the marsupial that's making Tasmania its last stand.
So the score is that we'll just sort of drive past the traps and see whether they've got anything in them, basically.
Yes.
So it might be a quick trip.
It might be very quick. Fair chance we'll get nothing today, and that's why I...
Oh, hang on, is that one closed? Yeah, that one is closed.
There's a spotted-tailed quoll.
There's a spotted-tailed quoll. How fantastic.
Marsupials have evolved and diversified to fill many of the same roles as other mammals. For instance, the quoll is the marsupial equivalent of a wild cat.
So she'll take off that way.
Okay.
You notice that? Very like a mustelid when they run.
Well, I'm feeling really positive because we found a quoll. I think it's a good start. I'm going to be relentlessly positive.
That's okay.
And you're just going to have to deal with it.
There's another one up here we didn't
Was
see.
there another? It's our very last trap to check. And it's closed. Let's see.
Feral cat.
Feral cat?
Pussycat. He's kind of come out like a rocket.
Really?
Cats were brought here by Europeans about 200 years ago.
Cats are a particular problem because they predate on a wide range of things. They compete with native animals and they spread disease that
Right.
kills native animals. So it's, if you like, it's the perfect monster as an invasive species. I just wish the English didn't bring them here.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
You right?
If we have no luck tomorrow,
We'll set them a third night.
we'll set them a third night.
I bet my left testicle that we'll get one by the third night.
Okay, goodness me. That's something he doesn't want to lose, presumably.
But there's a very serious reason why these traps are turning up empty. These amazing freaks are under attack by something even freakier.
You're familiar with what a nice devil looks like?
Yeah.
What they're supposed to look like? Very, very dapper things. And
Oh my God.
yeah, that was the first record of this disease. It was taken by a Dutch wildlife photographer, and he alerted us that there's something seriously wrong with your devils.
It's called devil facial tumour disease, and it was first observed in 1996. Since then, it's swept across the island like a plague.
This is a tumour. It's a transmissible cancer, and the devils are so closely related their immune system doesn't recognise it, so it goes under the immune radar and hits the animal. And this skull is about half the weight.
What are the chances are that we might find an animal that's infected?
There's a reasonable chance. I don't like seeing the grotesque ones, but we'll take our chances.
It's one kind of ugly that I definitely don't want to see.
Isolation on this island seems to have a downside too. It's heartbreaking to think of a Tasmania without its devil.
Time for a beer.
Another invasive species, humankind, has already cost this island one of its strangest creatures, the Tassie tiger.
G'day, how you going?
I'm all right, how are you?
Yeah, good.
You gonna buy me a beer?
This bar is dedicated to the thylacine, or Tasmanian tiger. Once the largest carnivore on the island, this ferocious marsupial was considered a pest and hunted out of existence. But don't tell that to Joe. He claims to have seen a tiger. And who would doubt this guy?
Well, this day I said to her, there's a Tasmanian tiger down there, and she said, oh, yet another one, you know.
Were you, by any chance, on your way back from here
What?
Had you had any of these?
It's an animal that exists, not in my imagination, not because of this stuff.
The bald-headed Rex, yeah, he saw it, definitely.
Trudy's seen one.
And my wife, she saw it.
What's the draw of the thylacine then?
Because
Why do people come here?
it's mysterious.
Because it's mysterious,
Elusive,
elusive.
but alive and well.
I want to believe it, but many of the most unique animals ever to roam Australia are now extinct.
So Australia, apparently, used to be a land of giants. There was a wombat the size of a cow, a giant carnivorous kangaroo, and apparently there's one monster that still lives in these forests. And I'm going to meet a man called Todd. He's going to show me his big monster.
You lot to follow me.
These ancient creatures have survived since the time of the dinosaurs.
Todd, where are you taking me?
I'm basically taking you to a river system where you can drown in the rivers, there's logs, exposed stuff, and you got, I think, it's the third most deadly snake on the planet.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get bitten by it.
Oh no, and if you do, you won't die.
I won't die?
No.
Okay, well that's reassuring.
And it's slippery.
I've arrived.
The farther west you go in Tasmania, the wilder it gets. And we're in the thick of it.
Love it. I feel like I'm in an ancient world.
And in a way, I am. This forest explains why Tasmania is home to so many freaks.
This is the myrtle tree,
Okay.
and it's also found in South America.
All right.
This is part of Gondwana land.
200 million years ago, Tasmania was part of a supercontinent called Gondwana land. When it broke apart, plants and animals hitched a ride and spent millions of years evolving in this remote corner of the world.
One of those beautiful things of island biogeographic isolation. Yeah, which means you just get weird animals in small islands.
That's why we love Tasmania, 'cause it's
Yeah.
full of weird animals. So this apparently is the Flowerdale River. This is where we're going to be looking for our monster. So how many million years has this monster lived in these streams?
Oh, look, tens of millions. Yeah, it's been here a while.
Ooh,
No, that's more like it.
that's a big one.
It's a giant Tasmanian crayfish, the largest freshwater crustacean in the world.
It's completely blue.
Yeah, it's a big female. Turn her over. I reckon she's got eggs. 5 months pregnant and probably pushing 2 kilo. So not a monster, but a good size, a really good size female.
So she's a couple of kilos,
Yep.
and they get to how big?
6.
6 kilos? The average crayfish measures about 8 centimetres long. These can grow to almost 1 metre.
Why do you get big freaks like this in Tasmania and not on the mainland?
On the continents, you tend to have a lot more predators that move across the range, where in islands you have that isolation, so they don't have a predator that actually cull them off, and so they just keep growing. And these are one of the weird animals on the planet that can actually theoretically grow for hundreds of years. Yeah, they can regenerate their organs even.
They can regenerate their limbs and their organs.
It's really only a freak of nature or an accident or a disease that wipes them out. Yeah, so technically they can just keep on growing.
It's a sci-fi monster that can regenerate itself and could potentially live forever.
They are a freak of nature, certainly. Yeah, which is why I like them. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta like the freaks.
It's a bit like Groundhog Day. This is our last chance to try and trap a wild devil. Fingers crossed.
But trap after trap is empty. It's not looking good for Nick's manhood.
I bet my left testicle.
We got, didn't we get, no, that's your favourite. That's the one that you said.
It's no longer my favourite.
Yeah. Last trap. This is our last chance to catch a devil. So, that's it. Failure.
So I suppose you want to collect now, do you? I suppose you want to collect. Was it the left one or the right one?
It was the left one.
There you go.
God,
bit of rough surgery.
So the reality is, as we know, Nick promised me his left testicle if we failed to find a devil, which we have failed to do. And that's kind of sad, really, isn't it, I suppose?
It is. Yeah. I grew up through the area where people were still hoping that thylacines were in the landscape. So someone would think they saw one or something would happen and there was still hope. Now suddenly, devils are entering that same zone that the thylacine story was in. It somehow degrades the place a bit. It's not quite as interesting as it used to be.
As long as the devil roams these hills, there is still hope. I'm heading to a sanctuary to visit a man who's working to ensure that this island will always have its devil. When we finally find our man, Andrew, he's on his way to feed some hungry devils. Oh, these are great. Look, it's a big group here. Well, these are the old boys,
These are all the old girls and boys.
Devils have huge muscular necks and, pound for pound, the most powerful jaws in the world. They're so front-loaded, they tend to wobble around like drunken sailors. They're fantastic.
We can go in with them.
Can we? So the fingers, I'm going to hold on to those.
You are going to hold on to your fingers.
All of them?
Look,
Can
see,
you promise?
See, I've got all mine.
You have got all of yours, yeah,
You
but you
should.
know, but you're a devil whisperer.
Well, don't put your hand in their mouth. Don't try and shake their teeth.
OK, in I go. It's wallaby boys, it's wallaby time.
I think they're a bit surprised because there's so many. Here, Alf, little Alf. That's their friendly call, Alf.
Is that friendly? Arf, arf, arf. I'm sure he's winding me up and I don't actually
If
have
you
to
go
make these
arf,
noises.
arf, they know you're friendly.
Okay.
Look, there's one behind you.
Arf, 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 arf. OK, I'm coming this way with it, boys. Arf. It feels a bit rude to be taking their dinner, but it's interesting to feel how strong their bite is, basically. That's what I want to get a sense of. Come on, boys. Show me what you're made of.
Devils are built to eat through anything. They can pulverise bone with their powerful jaws.
You see, what the devils are doing here is what they're naturally doing in the wild, and that is eat everything. They'll leave nothing. And that way they're serving a very important role in preventing disease spread in the environment.
I like the way that they're like boxers, old-timers, you know, with that, like their faces really tell a story. You know, they're not like some boring, neat animal like a koala bear, where it's like everyone appears to look the same.
Andrew has bred generations of devils as an insurance policy against the tumour disease. But the only way to make sure his devils stay healthy is to keep the cancer out.
You're the first people to come through here. We're just finishing this facility off.
So you've had to make these biosecure because of the disease. These big green fences,
Yes.
I can see. This is all new, so that this is to protect the ones that you've got from the disease that's in these hills and fields around us, basically.
That's right.
So this is going to be like a sanctuary, basically, in every sense of the word.
Yes.
It's a place to keep them safe.
And thanks to Andrew, there's a new generation of healthy devils. Sadly, Tasmania has already lost about 80% of the devil population to disease. But there is a place where I still might find one in the wild. Next stop, the edge of the world. This rugged corner of Tasmania is still untouched by the cancer that threatens its devils.
The nearest land that way is Argentina, which is a very long swim. You can really imagine how the Dutch discoverers of Tasmania, happening upon this jagged landscape and hearing these cries of some unknown animal, would have called them devils. It's a pretty unforgiving place. This is devil country, and that I can believe. Hi, Jeff.
G'day, mate.
Hello there, nice to meet you.
You too. Coming for a Tassie adventure.
I have come for a Tasmanian adventure. Apparently you're the man to provide me with one.
All right, let's get into
All
it.
right, okay.
Jeff King is going to help me find a wild devil later tonight. First, he wants to show me his collection.
You can see I've got paddymmelon, possums. This poor unfortunate bird is a magnificent white morph of the grey goshawk. And this was found, I found this under a power pole.
I've never been invited to a shed to examine a freezer full of roadkill before.
I guess I haven't invited many people into my shed.
Jeff collects roadkill to use as devil food.
Okay.
But for tonight, we're going to need something a little fresher.
We've got some ropes to drag some things around and a bin to put any dead animals in. We're ready to roll. So this is a tour of inspection. Every morning I go and do this 12-kilometre section of road to remove any roadkill so that any predators that come out at night don't get knocked while they're feeding on it.
Oh my goodness me! Oh! What kind of an animal is this?
This is a paddymmelon.
It's like spaghetti. Oh, goodness me. There's an art to this, isn't there?
Yeah, you've done well.
Okay, hang on.
Tasmania is full of hungry nocturnal animals and lots of winding country roads. It's a recipe for disaster.
So that the roadkill itself attracts other animals and then they get hit by the cars as well?
Yeah, and it can have, I think something like 10% of Tasmanian devils are killed by roadkill. If you have lactating females killed, you've got 4 orphans that are sitting out in the bush. Now, you see where that bird flew up?
Yeah,
That's the sort of thing you're looking for, and here's another one. Here's another dead animal.
It's a freshly killed wallaby.
See how the end of the tail is bitten off?
Right.
That's a sure sign that there's been a Tasmanian devil. This is right near the entrance to my property, so if we do a scent drag from here, we'll pick up any devils that were feeding here and they'll follow that scent trail in, and hopefully we'll see them tonight.
So effectively, we're chumming, like you do with great white sharks. We're doing a sort of a chumming.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
The last stop for this poor guy will hopefully be as devil food.
So there it is, that's the shack.
That's the shack, our refuge for the evening.
Jeff calls this place the Devil's Restaurant.
Here's your viewing area.
So this is great. It's like a home entertainment centre, isn't it?
It
An
is.
alternative one.
It is.
So now it's just a waiting game.
It's a waiting game. About 1 hour after sunset is when you might expect something. Now, one of the strange things about these animals is that they don't seem affected by light.
Right.
So we're going to put a couple of lights up to get a good view of them.
So we've laid the scent of a dead wallaby all over Jeff's land. I'm cleaning the windows. Fingers crossed, the devils are going to turn up.
I'm going to throw a bowl of soup at you straight away.
Dinner is fresh abalone stew while we wait for the devils to come get bears.
People ask me if I love devils. Well, I mean, it's not so much love them as they're intriguing and you respect them and all that sort of stuff, but that initial view I had when I was a kid that they were this stinking, filthy animal, they're actually quite an elegant animal, and particularly the females. The males are as ugly as anything when they get older. But
I love ugly though.
do you?
Yeah, I do. I think I like a worn face. Is it time to start the movie?
Yes, pull the curtains.
So we've had to put the night vision camera on because we can't have any light here. Otherwise it will disturb the devils. If they can see our silhouette in the window, they won't come to the carcass.
Oh my god, here he is. Look, he's sniffing the air.
But it's certainly very suspicious, so let's hope it comes onto the carcass.
Here he comes. I can't believe it's worked. We've been sitting here for 2 hours. I can't believe it's worked. We're all just about getting ready to give up. And sure enough, she's going for the bum. They're a really weird animal to see though, because they look like, this sort of does your head in, because it looks a bit like, my brain's going, is it a dog? Is it a polecat? Is it, because it looks a lot like a lot of things, but it isn't.
Is it a big rat? Is it a small bear? Yeah. Can you see the power that's going into that? How she's laying over on an angle to get more power into it and to crunch the bones. She wants to get as much meat out of that as possible, as quick as she can, and then move off.
Fantastic.
And just like that, she's off into the night.
I'm gonna go, I want to see what she's done to the carcass. Whoa, she has totally demolished that wallaby's bottom. Apparently they can eat 40% of their own body weight in one sitting, and she's just had a stomach full of wallaby bum. And I'm satisfied too. Double thumbs up. I can't do that. I can't do the double thumbs up.
I've travelled to the end of the earth to finally see a wild devil. But this isolation has allowed 2 even freakier animals to survive. These creatures are relics of ancient mammals even older than marsupials, and they have survived here for millions of years with some shocking results.
Today I'm going to fulfill a lifetime's fantasy. I'm on a hunt for what can only be described as the world's weirdest penis.
The penis I'm looking for belongs to a kind of animal known as a monotreme. There are only 2 kinds of monotremes on the entire planet, and they both live in Tasmania.
Do you think that's really wrong of me, Stuart, to have come here with the express purpose of wanting to see an echidna's penis?
Look, you're looking for his wedding tackle, is that right?
I am looking...
Stuart Nicol and his team are studying the weird sex life of the short-beaked echidna.
Rachel's just doing radio telemetry to try and locate the echidnas in this area. This time of year, it's mating season, and if you find a female, more often than not, there'll be lots of males around competing to impregnate her.
We pick up the signal of a nearby female.
We think she might have mated recently because she was spotted 3 different males in the last 3 days. There's a word for that. Oh my goodness me. So this isn't easy, is it? Because she digs herself right in, doesn't she? Okay, so apparently the key to this is all about leverage, and I've got to get my hands underneath. Oh my God! Ow! They're all laughing. I hand it over to the professional. Look at the way she goes. She's... Technique there. Oh, now I am seriously impressed by that. Hello, madam. You didn't want to come out for me, did you?
She looks like a hedgehog, but it gets a lot weirder than that. Monotremes have retained traits of their ancient reptilian ancestors. The female echidna actually lays a single egg, like a snake, then hatches a bizarre little baby called a puggle. The puggle is nourished with milk that oozes out of the mother's skin like sweat.
With box, and there you go, madam. Oh.
So Grumpy's down along his usual track, so we'll go through the gate.
Of course, this poor thing Grumpy, and he's really such a nice echidna. We've known him for such a long time. Blue sky. The blue. Nope. Blue sky's coming back. This is one of the driest parts of Tasmania.
Really?
Yeah.
So we reckon Grumpy is somewhere under these logs. Wonder whether he's going to live up to his name when a load of women turn up on his doorstep demanding to see his penis. Grumpy's definitely got the right idea, because it is foul, the weather, and he's wedged himself in that log. Stuart's gone to go and get the crowbar. We're going to try and winkle Grumpy out from his snug home.
Have you got him out yet?
No.
Oh, what have you been doing?
Okay, we're going to get an echidna that's going to fall out the side here any second now. Yeah.
Yeah, no fuss at all.
Well, that was a team effort. I'm so sorry, sir. Woo! Do we just have to wait for this to run its course?
Now I know why they call him Grumpy.
Is he? Yes. He's famous for it. So here they are creating an instant echidna hospital facility to do tests on Grumpy. Going to be anaesthetising him, taking blood, sperm samples. It's going to be quite a show.
The word monotreme actually means one opening. Like birds and reptiles, echidnas use this single hole for all bathroom duties. Males also have a penis tucked in there for the express purpose of mating.
Okay, am I going to be disappointed? You'll love it. Is everybody ready? Camera in position. Okay.
You okay now? Yeah?
Grumpy, show us your business.
Woo! It is, it's like a paw. It's unlike anything else, isn't it? It's like a hand. It's like a hand just came out with 4 very distinct heads on it. Now, reptiles have a bifurcated penis, don't they? So it's another sort of similarity. And does this work a bit like a double-barreled shotgun? Is that...
And they ejaculate out one side at a time.
It's kind of fascinating to try and think why this has evolved, you know. Is it because females are choosing males with a very elaborate penis because it's a demonstration that they've got really great genes? Or is it in some way facilitating their particularly peculiar reproductive system? It's a mystery.
It's definitely one of the oddest things I've ever seen. But there's an animal that can be traced back even farther than the echidna, and it may trump everything I've seen so far.
Because I've managed to blag my way onto a sort of expedition to look for what is probably Tasmania, if not the planet's, most peculiar animal. Hello, James. I'm Lucy. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Tonight, James McGregor is taking me to find the other monotreme, the platypus. It's got the bill of a duck, the body of a beaver, and it also lays eggs like the echidna, but it appears to be millions of years older.
It's already quite cold. I'm expecting it to get an awful lot colder. I'm also anticipating an enormous loss of dignity the moment I get those waders on.
At least I'm not the only one. James has brought his wife Megan and her dad to help set a platypus trap.
Do you channel the platypus? You're thinking like a platypus.
I do. I spend a lot of time trying to outwit platypuses.
That's a good spot.
Yes.
Okay.
Platypuses forage for food in streams, living off a diet of worms, insects, and small crustaceans.
So this is it. They're gonna get funneled along the net, and hopefully it's gonna swim in there.
Now we wait until dark.
So it's about 10:30. It's about 10:30. It's freezing cold. I'm gonna go and check the traps for about the 4th time.
This time we get lucky. But we have to be careful, because unlike the echidna, the platypus is venomous. Its sting causes extreme pain, with absolutely no cure. We've got a platypus in our sights, but we need to proceed with extreme caution. The male platypus has a secret weapon. Tiny spurs on his hind legs full of venom.
If James gets spurred by the platypus, then they're going to make the people at the hospital read this article because nobody knows anything about being stung by a platypus. In it, there's an example of a 57-year-old man who was envenomated. Pain was immediate, sustained and devastating. Traditional first aid analgesic methods were ineffective. In fact, apparently not even morphine can stop the pain.
Luckily, this is a female.
So much smaller than I expected. Do we do the high fives now? James, come on. You've got to feel better now, haven't you? Sweat. I know, I have to say I'm quite relieved it's a female.
This is the oldest mammal in all of Australia. Before marsupials, maybe even before the echidna, this animal was swimming the rivers of Tasmania with its amazing duckbill.
It feels like chamois leather, doesn't it? That's the most incredible animal I've ever seen.
Does everybody have this kind of reaction?
And I still have it now.
Yeah, because do you feel, I feel all choked up?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of really emotional, actually. It's really pathetic, but...
Well,
because it's such a miracle.
So special, and they've been here for so very long.
Fossils of platypus have been found that are like 110 million years old. This animal, or a version of this animal, walked the earth when the dinosaurs walked the earth. I mean, this is... God, it's such a thrill. I can't believe it.
While I pull myself together, James sets up a portable MASH unit. We'll put the platypus under and give her a checkup.
It's the first time James has anaesthetised a platypus.
And it's the first time anyone has done it in weather this cold. There's no way to know how the animal will react.
I hate to ask such a basic question, James, but is it quite nerve-wracking doing this for the first time?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a responsibility.
James is recording all sorts of data. He's trying to determine the overall health of the platypus population in Tasmania.
So you're happy with calipers?
Yep, I'm happy with calipers, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this animal's so extraordinary that when they brought the first specimen back to a museum in London, they thought it was a hoax back in the 1800s. And they thought Chinese taxidermists had stitched together the body of a beaver and the bill of a duck. And it's funny because you can sort of see how the bill does sort of look like it's stuck on.
It might be funny looking, but it's actually an advanced piece of machinery.
When they're underwater, they close their eyes and their ears and their nostrils, and they're going on these the input from these electrosensors. Yeah.
God, it's so amazing.
Millions of years ago, the platypus developed a freaky sixth sense. They use radar to pick up electrical impulses given off by prey.
The monotremes, the egg-laying mammals, are long thought of as being more primitive than our more sophisticated placental mammals. But that bill is more sophisticated, arguably, than anything that I've got. I can't detect dinner using electrical sensitivity. Makes you goose pimply to think about how that evolved. It's incredible. Was that stressful for you, James?
Reasonably.
just a little bit stressful?
Did it show?
Megan wasn't worried in the least.
Look at you, exactly. Talk about, it's a family affair. I love it. Wife, father-in-law.
The procedure went well, but we're not out of the woods yet. The platypus isn't waking up from the anaesthesia.
We brought her away to warm her up by the fire, and James is obviously worried that her heart rate was about to drop, so he rushed her back. saw it take a big breath then.
Finally, she comes around. It's 3 a.m. and time for all of us, including the platypus, to go home.
I'm looking forward to seeing this animal swimming, which is the one thing I haven't seen it do. Okay. Oh, look, there she goes.
The most ancient mammal found in all of Australia, and possibly the weirdest on the planet. Millions of years ago, evolution threw a curveball at this place, and the oddities on this isolated island never looked back. The animals of Tasmania have stubbornly retained bits and pieces of an ancient past abandoned long ago in the rest of the world, making Tasmania a true island of freaks.